Hello guys, Axel here for another video. We are playing a bit of Bohemian Killing today. I'm just waiting for it to finish loading up. This is my first ever play of this game, so hopefully it's going to be a nice good video. I like the soundtrack. Right, so let's go into full screen. Yeah, that's fine. I'll use A and D to change. Let's just turn that down a little bit. Same with that. Oh, let's keep the vol set at 100. Controls. Right, okay. So we are ready to go, I believe. Hopefully. We'll give it a go anyway. See what happens. So this is my first ever play of this game. So as you see, it is exactly how I see it. Nothing. See, no continue, nothing like that. This game adapts to the choices you make. Oh my god. Each lie can change a verdict. Oh god. Hint. Remember that during your testimony you're not creating history, you are lying about what has already happened. In Bohemian Killing, there are hundreds of possibilities. You frame other people, lie, manipulate evidence and witnesses, plead guilty, or even act insane. Okay.
She should be here by now.
Okay.
Bien. So let's get started.
Oh, I have a dagger. We can't open the door. Okay then. We'll have to go this way then. Read a book for 15 minutes. We can't open that door then. What about here? Nope. You can skip dialogues by holding E. During your testimony, you will skip a single dialogue line. During cutscenes in the courtroom, it will skip an entire scene and begin your next testimony. Okay. Guilty. Just look at our face. Why is she in her knickers? Oh, left to kill her. Okay. So I take it we're the killer and we have to basically...
Monsieur Eaton. Monsieur Eaton.
This is not weird at all.
Monsieur Eaton, I'm talking to you.
Are you really?
I'm sorry, Monsieur le Président. I was thinking. Do you understand the indictment? Sorry, but I have to ask the prosecutor to repeat. Monsieur Eaton, Do you consider it to be a joke? You're charged with a serious crime. Please stay focused. Monsieur Prosecutor, please continue. As I said,
Who's
I
talking?
accuse Alfred Eaton of murdering Marie Capet on the 17th of October 1894 in Paris. That day, Alfred Eaton was at the theatrical premiere of Prométhée, Vol du Feu, which took place
So was a lot of people. Can't possibly be me.
It is apparent from the testimony of witnesses, the accused left at about 8:30 p.m.
Nope.
before the end of the banquet.
No, I was there right
At
to the
about
end.
9:25 p.m., he rented a room in his name at the Caucasus Hotel,
Identity
which is
theft.
adjacent to the building in which he lives. It was in that room that approximately at 11:16 p.m. Marie Capet was murdered. Next, the accused returned to his house, and at about 10:05 p.m. he entered his apartment in the company of Marie Capet, or let her in. It results from the fingerprint analysis. It did not show the victim's fingerprints on the outer side of the door, only on the inner. Alfred Eaton, by means of deception,
Somebody stole my
led
fingerprints.
the victim to his secret workshop,
Mm-hmm.
which is located on the first floor of his apartment.
Well, it's not very secret
The
then.
police report did not indicate any signs of struggle or resistance. The accused probably wanted to test on Marie Capet the prototype of a torture machine of his construction, which was in the room along with medical tools and manuals of torture.
Nope, not me.
When Marie Capet realized what the accused intended to do, she grabbed a metal rod lying in the room and hit the accused on the head, which caused a real threat to his life and, according to doctors, may have caused unconsciousness. The fingerprints of Marie Capet's left hand were found on the rod, as well as Alfred Eaton's traces of blood. Traces of blood were also found on the floor of that room. At the time of his arrest, the accused had an extensive wound on his head, as confirmed by medical examination. Seizing the opportunity, Marie Capet fled from the apartment.
Yep.
She was stressed and in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
This was confirmed by her numerous fingerprints secured on the inside of the door of the apartment of the accused. Then, Marie Capet ran into a nearby hotel, the Caucasus. It was the same hotel in which the accused rented a room. As it appears from the
You're starting to
testimony
worry.
of the clerk, Marie Capet was extremely stressed, repeating the word doctor and police. Probably she wanted to call for help. When the clerk went to get some water to calm Marie Capet, she disappeared. The next day, on the 18th of October, about 8:32 a.m., a maid found her body in a room rented by Alfred Eaton. It was covered with numerous fingerprints of the victim.
It's because I
and the
rented it.
and had traces of the victim's blood.
Well, she must have stole my
The
key.
immediate cause of death was a severe blow to the abdomen in the liver area with a blade of about 14 centimeters length.
Right, okay.
The murder weapon, constructed by the accused, was secured in his apartment.
Wasn't mine.
Marie Capet's unwashed blood stains were still present on it, as well as the fingerprints of the accused. The accused is also charged by the testimony of one of the neighbors who passed the accused at the front door of the building in which they both lived at about 11:30 p.m.
No, that sounds wrong.
The witness testified that the clothing of the accused was stained with blood.
Killed a mouse.
Unfortunately, the said clothes were not found. At the time of committing the alleged crime, the accused was sane. which means he acted consciously.
Are you sure?
For committed crimes, the accused shall be liable to life imprisonment or the death penalty.
Has the accused finally understood the indictment?
Oui, Monsieur le Président.
Does the accused plead guilty to the charges against him?
No.
Non, Monsieur le Président.
Does the accused want to provide explanations?
Oui, Monsieur le Président. Monsieur le Président, could I ask you for some conversation time with my client?
Of course. I just wish it would not take too much time. We've already wasted too much of it.
Monsieur Eaton, please note that you can look through evidence at any moment. It is available by pressing tab. I will show the defense evidence to the court at the time of your uncovering during the test.
Yeah, I just want to have a look. Alfred Eaton's workshop, right, yeah. Fingerprints, yeah. Why is there a picture of a brain?
I will show the defense evidence to the court at the time of your uncovering during the testimony. It might surprise the prosecutor. If necessary, you can recall the string of events according to the prosecution by pressing the Q key. Will you need my help during testimony?
Oh.
I will give you my advice and remind you of important facts and events.
Yes, I need your advice.
We are ready, Monsieur le Président.
Then let's get started. Monsieur Eaton, what were you doing on October 17th, 1894, from 8 to 12 p.m.?
There was a theatrical premiere of Prométhée that day, which was sponsored by Le Feu, in which I am the lead designer.
Okay, come on.
Starting at 7 p.m., I was at the premiere at the Opéra Garnier. Around 8:30 p.m., after the play, I found that I did not want to attend the dull banquet, and
nice
instead
detail.
I preferred to work. I said goodbye to Hugo Argent, President of Le Feu, and I drove home. I got there at about 9 p.m.
Okay.
For a moment, I admired the charms of Montmartre.
What happened to that bird?
For a moment, I admired the charming streets of Montmartre. I decided to go for an evening walk. Later, I read the restaurant's menu. Then I read cultural announcements.
Okay.
I entered the Café de Paris cafeteria. I wanted to drink some good wine and eat a piece of cheese. A group of Parisian rabble tried to throw me out, screaming that there was no room for gypsy thieves. They beat me and threw me into the street. I was all covered in blood.
Did you report this fact to police officers?
No, Monsieur le Président. I decided that it was not worth losing my time.
And why is that?
A second of my work is more important than a lifetime of each and every one of those plebeians. Besides, if I had reported it, I would have done them a favor.
What do you mean, Monsieur Eaton?
In jail, they would have had better living conditions than those holes that they call houses.
I understand. Please return to your testimony.
I tried to start the car, but it ran out of fuel.
Oh, God.
I already returned from l'Opéra Garnier on fumes, and there was no way to go anywhere else. I do not recall that part. I do not recall that part.
Oh, shush.
For a moment, I admired the charming streets of Montmartre. I do not recall that part.
Let's go in here and...
I opened the door and walked into the Caucasus Hotel.
Can we make a phone call?
I opened the door to the phone room. I spent a few minutes talking on the phone.
Buy some cheese.
Then I bought something from the vending machine. I tried to open the door to the restaurant, but it was closed because of the late hour.
We'll throw a coin into the well.
I threw a coin into the fountain of the hotel lobby. Apparently, the clerk noticed my state, but the rules of savoir-vivre did not let him make any commentary. I wanted to rent a room in a hotel, but the clerk said that a room had already been rented in my name. He said it's on the top floor and gave me a spare key.
Monsieur Eaton, do you claim that you did not rent that room?
No, I did
Oui,
not.
Monsieur le Président. But I knew it could not be a coincidence. The name Ethan is not that common.
So you tried to learn more from the clerk?
Yes, however, he hid behind his professional secrecy. I knew he wouldn't tell me a thing.
I do not understand one more thing. You live next to the hotel, so why did you want to rent a room there?
Sometimes I meet up with some girls of the Moulin Rouge, and due to my reputation, I prefer not to do it in my apartment.
Did you meet Marie Capet face to face?
No, Monsieur le Président, never.
I understand. Please continue.
Let's call the elevator.
Then I opened the elevator grate. I took the elevator to the second. Then I opened the elevator grate. I examined the historic tableware. I opened the inner door. I glanced at the painting. Then I looked at the paintings à la early Monet. Then I looked at the paintings à la early Monet. I tried the door handle to the hotel room, but it was closed.
Why
Shut
did
up,
you
dogs.
want to open that door?
I'm ashamed to admit, but I forgot which room I had rented.
I understand. Please continue your testimony.
I I opened the door and entered the room.
Didn't they have a bath or anything? Took a bath?
I took a bath, washing away any traces of blood.
And then went to sleep.
I was tired after the banquet, so I immediately went to sleep. I was even too tired to undress.
Is it all you want to testify, Monsieur Eaton?
Yes.
Oui, Monsieur le Président.
And so I close the hearing. It is time to present your positions.
Okay. See how we did. Did we get away with it?
Monsieur le Président, the accused tried to trick himself off the responsibility. He used cunning rhetoric, trying to hide more and more of his new lies. However, in view of the evidence presented by the prosecutor, I have no doubt that Alfred Eaton, defendant who appeared today before the court, murdered Marie Capet in cold blood. Please, let the High Court not be deceived by his tearful stories about a poor gypsy from the country who gained his success with hard work, and which Marie Capet so cleverly tried to destroy. It was the accused who destroyed the life of a poor girl and her family with full premeditation. And what did that poor girl do to deserve such cruel fate? She was searching for a better life, and was employed as a maid in the same building in which a dangerous psychopath lived.
Okay.
According to the prosecution, the accused is guilty, Monsieur le Président.
I'm not.
I apply for recognition of Alfred Eaton, defendant who appeared today before the court, guilty of all charges against him, and for imposition of the death penalty by beheading on the guillotine.
What?
Thank you.
What's B?
Monsieur le Président, Monsieur Prosecutor used a lot of high-flown words. However, during the preparation of indictment, he made many mistakes.
Yes, he did.
As to the hotel room, my client had rented the room in the Caucasus Hotel on the night of the murder. However, as he testified, he had planned a meeting with a prostitute, not to murder Marie Capet. As to the alleged attempt to use the torture device on the victim, my client did not intend to use his interrogation device, which the prosecutor describes as a torture machine, neither on Marie Capet nor on anyone else. It is important to emphasize the relationship of Marie Capet and my client. According to the testimony of the victim's parents, she felt a deep resentment and contempt, both for my customer and for his work and success. As to the meeting with Marie Capet in his apartment, my client has never met with Marie Capet in his apartment. We do not know where Madame Capet's fingerprints inside of that apartment came from. As for Alfred Eaton's weapon, please note, Monsieur le Président, that my client testified that he had not had the murder weapon on himself. The knife was in his secret workshop all that time. Everyone could have stolen it and then dropped it off. As for the murder, as my client testified, he did not kill Marie Capet.
Nope.
So, who did? As for the testimony of the neighbor who saw Alfred Eaton entering the building covered in blood, according to my client's testimony, that meeting had never taken place.
Nope.
So the witness made a false testimony. Taking into account the evidence from the neighbor's opinions, the witness might have had a motive, an aversion towards my client, and racial prejudice.
Yep, totally
Thank
racial.
you, Monsieur le Président. Cher fils, your father and I are quite sure that you did not do it. You couldn't have. We love you, and we are waiting for you at home. Please leave this cursed Paris and return to your home parts. Mama et Papa.
I will.
P.S. Papa asks you not to mention the hotel guest book. Apparently you know what that means.
Okay.
Cher, your father and I are praying for you, and we believe that the court will be merciful. Maman et Papa. Postscriptum. Papa is sorry that it did not work as he had planned.
Okay.
Monsieur Eaton, the French Gypsy Association wishes to send you support and condolences for the persecution caused by your gypsy origin. We are aware that it was the main cause of your indictment. We offer you a safe haven if you decide to leave the prison in less official way.
Alright, if I escape.
One of our persecuted members, who had also been imprisoned in the prison de la Santé, mentions the decayed walls in most of the cells. Maybe you could use this information. Signed, X.
Okay. What else have we got?
You gypsy scum. You can be sure that you will take responsibility for what you have done to our daughter. You will be beheaded, and even neither your millions nor your connections will be able to help you.
Millions?
Is the stolen money not enough? Is your wrongdoing to all these poor people not enough? You had to tear everything away from us, including our only daughter. Death to the rich. Vive la nouvelle révolution.
Okay. Read a letter from Hugo. What have you got to say, Hugo?
Mon cher ami, I am in a deep regret that you had to stand before the court accused of such a terrible deed. I assure you that I deeply believe in your innocence and will do my best so that you can continue to work for the glory of Le Feu and toute la France. Cordialement, Hugo Argent.
Okay. So, apparently there is a way out of here. Apparently. Well, very good. Okay. No, of course not. Oh well, suppose better go to sleep then.
Monsieur Eaton, please hurry. The court is ready to announce the verdict.
Oh, verdict time. Find out how we did. I reckon we did well.
The verdict on behalf of the République Française. The court, as present, hereby finds that Alfred Eaton, accused of murdering Marie Capet, is guilty of the charge.
No! I'm innocent!
Sentences the accused to the death penalty by beheading on
You
the guillotine. The
tosspot!
executions will be done in Prison de la Santé the next day.
What? You... Unlock evidence defense. God damn it. Well guys, that was Bohemian Killing. Obviously there is still another 8 endings to do. So if you would like to see do another playthrough and see what happened, obviously let me know and I will get back to you. Of course, hit that like button if you liked, hit that dislike button if you didn't like, and I will play something else. Thank you very much for watching guys, take care now and all the best. Goodbye!